Would you please state your name and address for the record?
My name is Molly Shaw. I live in Bryson City, Swain County, P.O. Box 2154. There's been a lot of people who have stood up tonight, and I thank them for coming out with courage to speak their concerns. I would like to thank the Commission for hearing our voices. I appreciate that greatly. There are many different ways to look at this situation. My bottom line is sitting on the front row. She's 15 years old, and she is a beautiful young woman. She is going to inherit this planet, and I want to make sure that it stays as clean as we can keep it. Right now, scientific studies indicate that the mercury levels in free-flowing water in our southeast area is well above what the government says is safe. If it's my correct understanding of this situation, Duke Energy is asking for a rate increase, or what others would term to be a tax, to build and continue to use a new coal-powered plant. If we have already reached the point that the government says mercury levels are too high, that we can't be in the water, that we can't eat the fish and the animals in the water, how can we afford to make another coal-powered plant and use it? I've seen the effects of coal-powered plants in many different ways. Around 2000, I went up to Kentucky area where they strip mine and do mountaintop removal. I saw how that affected the lives of everyday people. I was embarrassed and ashamed to see my country looking like a third world country. I am very grateful that tonight I can stand up and speak for those people. I didn't know who to contact. I felt like there was no one I could contact to get that issue straightened out back then. I'm very grateful that I can say that on behalf of them. It broke my heart. It's wrong for people to live like that in America today. Number two, I have been an educator. When I was a child, there was nobody who had asthma. I'm going to be 40 in January. Kids didn't walk around with asthma pumps to give a couple puffs because their lungs were being hurt by the air that they were breathing. In my classroom, it was on the average that there were 2 to 5 children who had that medicine in my drawer because they couldn't go to gym and overexert their lungs. We see it on the news that there's a raging healthcare debate right now in our country. You could look at it from the perspective of preventative medicine. You're asking us to pay more money to create more chemicals, which in turn, in the future, is going to create more pain, suffering, and debt to people to keep them healthy. That doesn't make sense to me. As I said, this is about my daughter. I brought her here to receive a lesson tonight in the way that our political system should work. You have been very gracious in letting the people stand up and have a voice tonight. She is going to be a person, I believe, who is faced with so many challenges that she needs to learn this process. This is more than what she is going to learn in her classroom just by being here tonight. I hope that that weighs on your heart when you go to sleep tonight, in a good way that you have allowed us to come forward and speak. Thank you, sincerely.